Bonjour! Today's lesson we are looking at les verbes réflechis au passé composé. Please fill out your copy of the notes as we go through the slides and bring any questions to class with you. The passé composé is used not to say what we are currently doing, but rather to say something that we did in the past. In French, the passé composé takes two verbs, either avoir or être, and then also what we call the past participle. So in the first example sentence below, j'ai fait, all three of those words together mean I did. And in the second sentence, elle est allée, all three of those words together mean she went. All reflexive verbs take the verb être in the passé composé. Here you see an example of the conjugations with the verb se coucher. We have a reminder on this slide of the spelling of the past participles for different verbs depending on the ending, and we include the verb mettre as well because it is irregular. Here are some example sentences in the passé composé, and we see that some of the sentences have asterisks. Normally, verbs in the passé composé that take être need to agree by adding an extra e or s if it is feminine or plural or feminine and plural. The sentences with asterisks aren't doing that, and we will see the rule on the next slide for why they don't have the agreement. There is no agreement if we have a direct object after the verb. Generally speaking, for this chapter, the direct object will be a body part. But in reality, the direct object can be any object that is receiving the action of the sentence. So if there is a direct object immediately after the verb in the passé composé, the verb does not need to add an extra e if it's feminine or an extra s if it's plural. So again, here are some examples of reflexive verbs in the passé composé that show zero agreement because in all of these sentences there is a body part, a direct object, directly after the verb. If a sentence is negative that uses a reflexive verb and is in the passé composé, what you do is you put the ne pas around the verb être like you normally would, but you also include the reflexive pronoun inside the ne pas as well. Next, we move on to question format. If we are asking a question when we use the phrase est-ce que, then we can just keep everything in the order that we are used to. Est-ce que vous vous êtes peigné is the same order as if we were just saying vous vous êtes peigné and not asking it as a question. With inversion, it gets a little trickier. We have here first the present tense with inversion, and then we compare it to the passé composé with inversion. Now, for both tenses, the reflexive pronoun me, te, se, nous, vous, ce is the first word in the sentence. The rest of the sentence comes with a little bit of practice. I hope that this has been clear. Please bring any questions you have with you to class. À bientôt!